Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
Good Saturday afternoon out there, everyone, and welcome to your number one source for Native American television news, Native News Today. I'm your host, Jason Salzman, thanking you for being with us today. We've got a great show lined up, and so glad that you could be with us in middle of January as we get full-fledged into the year 2014, get ready for all the big things happening at the Muskogee Creek Nation. And right off the bat, I want to remind you folks that a big weekend next week for the Muskogee Creek Nation, as the principal chief of the tribe, George Tiger, will bring the State of the Nation address. That's going to be happening at the Mound Auditorium, and a lot of people in town for that, a lot of folks. I spoke with Jackie Hensley, the Native liaison to Governor Fallon. She told me she'd be in attendance, so a lot of people wanting to hear what's going on with the Muskogee Creek Nation, what the chief has in store for the year 2014, and it's going to be an exciting time, so we definitely want to encourage all of you folks out there to come and hear about all the good plans going on here at MCN. We've got a great show lined out as well. Like I said, some of the programs and departments around the tribe here, Muskogee Creek Nation Reintegration, one of the biggest grants in tribal history they've landed, and they got big plans for that. We're going to go down to Henrietta, talk with them about all their plans with that grant, and we're excited for them. They're excited for the opportunities that it's going to present there. A new class at the University of Oklahoma dealing with Native peoples. And it's kind of in their anthropology department, and they're excited about that, and we're going to show a video. Thankfully, the University of Oklahoma produced a little video on the class, allowing us to show that, and we'll be talking with these professors that are involved in it later on in Native News Today in a couple weeks, whenever we can match up and talk with them there at the University of Oklahoma. But we definitely wanted to show and share that too. We're talking with the telephony department here at Muskogee Creek Nation. You know, the infrastructure that they're involved in right now and building networking connections, really boosting the tribe, going to, you know, make so many opportunities possible with that, and be able to really bring in future plans a lot of economic development for the Muskogee Creek Nation too. So definitely want to keep an eye on that. And also, if you're in the Altmoggy area right now, as soon as you get through watching Native News Today, go on over to Brock Gym. The Schimmel sisters, everybody knows about them, Native American girls playing for the University of Louisville basketball team. Their parents are going to be in town offering a clinic and things like that right now going on at Brock Gym. So many things going on in Indian country, especially around here at Muskogee Creek Nation. We want to share all that with you here on the program, and that's what we strive to do every week. So with that being said, we've got all those stories lined up, lots of great information for you, lots of things timely and pertinent right here on Native News Today. So we're going to take our very first commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with your number one source for Native American television news.
Momesh Harishungigo Imongin Hobidagi Ani Omaga Bomahahoye Imongin Oma Bonchomegigosh. For more information about Muskogee language preservation, please call us at 918-732-7724.
The Muskogee language has always been a part of my life, and so I grew up speaking the language, and I've used it throughout my life. I found that people were interested in learning the language and wanting to revitalize it. The language immersion method of teaching is one that I'm comfortable with. It's a way of reconnecting with our histories and our cultures, and to give this gift or pass this gift on to our children. Mado, hadam chihijahlis.
Looking for your next 18-hole adventure? Then take a look at Fountainhead Creek Golf Club. Nestled in the beautiful confines of Lake Eufaula State Park, large sloping greens and well-placed bunkers characterize the Muskogee Creek Nation's Floyd Farley designed course and offers a fine test of skill for any golfer. Stay up on all the latest gear and equipment with a visit to our pro shop. Have lunch at the turn at the Clubhouse Grill. We're waiting to accommodate you at Fountainhead Creek. So give us a call at 918-689-3209 or visit fountainheadgolf.com to book your next round. Fountainhead Creek Golf Club, close to home, far from ordinary. And welcome back to Native News Today. Certainly glad to have you. And our first feature story out of the gate here on Native News Today this afternoon will be a first. And we certainly pride ourselves on having firsts here on the program. The first time ever we visited the citizen Potawatomi Nation, our Native brothers and sisters, just to the west on I-40 there, doing a lot of great things. And for many, many years have been one of the, groundbreaking tribes as far as economic development and doing new things. They have grocery stores, things like that. So really cutting edge there. We were invited up to the Grand Casino there, a hotel, brand new, big operation they have going on. Lots of improvements and really doing lots of building on to that facility. So we wanted to go up and visit with the citizen Potawatomi Nation, and who better to talk to than a man that for nearly 3 decades has been chairman there of the tribe, Mr. John Barrett, and we got a chance to visit with him, talk about the citizen Potawatomi Nation and all the years that he's served. We were certainly glad to be there. The citizen Potawatomi Nation continues to grow. Already one of the finest gaming and entertainment venues in the state, the tribe's Grand Casino Hotel and Resort is undergoing several upgrades and improvements. Tribal Chairman John Barrett is pleased with the direction of his tribe.
Well, we're very proud of what all of our people have put together here. We're the largest employer in Potawatomi County by a factor of 5 or so, more than 2,200 jobs. We're exactly the same distance as far as driving time goes to our principal competitor south on I-35. And we'd like to get the folks in Oklahoma City to get accustomed to driving east as well as south. We're going to try to personalize the entertainment experience here.
Chairman Barrett also talked about the importance of tribal facilities offering a wide range of entertainment.
I think that's where casinos are going to go. It's not just about a place to play a slot machine. It's about an evening out with dinner and in a pleasant environment without a lot of smoke and and see a show and go to have a beverage, all the things that go to an evening out. And that's really what we're trying to do, is provide a more complete entertainment experience.
The Grand Casino has held world-renowned shows for several years. Now, with the new event center, they look for bigger and better in the future.
Now that we have more than 2,000 seats, we can afford to bring in another level of act. When we were limited to 1,100 seats, you really couldn't charge enough on the gate to justify, paying for a $200,000 act or so. So we're able to get a higher level of performance. We're able to get multiple acts in this at the same time. We're going to have convention capabilities that we didn't have before. We'll have the old performance area and a number of breakout rooms that can be used for convention purposes. And the entertainment experience, there's virtually no seat in the place that's more than 90 feet from the performer. And so we think it's going to be a personal entertainment experience as well.
As chairman of the tribe for nearly 3 decades, Barrett looks back on the progress they've made and is grateful for all the hard work that's led to where they are now.
Well, it's very gratifying because it's been the accumulated product of a lot of combined effort from a lot of people. An awful lot of people have put literally worked their entire careers with us. We've only been open here for 8 years, but we've been doing economic development and creating jobs for more than 25 years. And so I'm very proud of the fact that we have at least 50 people that have worked more than 20 years for us. We have a lot of employees that come and think it's a good place to stay and stay with us. And the experience that people have here at the Grand, we're very conscious of not just whether or not they're enjoying themselves playing, but I don't know whether you knew this is the largest geothermally heated and cooled structure in the state. And being able to do 8 full volume air changes an hour to get the cigarette smoke smell down and to keep the air quality up, we think that's one of the things that's going to change people's minds about where they decide to game. I mean, we're up to 130 casinos in Oklahoma now, and it's a saturated market. So it's really going to be about the offering something other than just gaming.
With the Intertribal Council holding its quarterly meeting at the Grand for the first time, the tribe looks forward to bringing in more Indian country events.
The more Indian events that we can have here, being centrally located in the state, we think we're ideally situated for that. And we hope national events as well. I'd love to have NCAI and the other events here. So.
As an 8th generation leader for his tribe, Barrett sees the clear path to the future and the type of leadership needed for tribal citizens to thrive.
What we really need to provide for our people is opportunity, because if you think about just giving people something, you provide a disincentive, and what we want to do is make sure that people who have the drive and ambition and want to get ahead have that capability, and those that aren't able to do for themselves, that we can take care of them as well. But that's a balance that every tribal leader goes through, is to whether you create a sense of entitlement, which you're trying to avoid, or you're creating opportunity. And we think creating job opportunities, educational opportunities, and the opportunity and access to health care, we think those are the top priorities.
We're certainly proud here at the Muskogee Creek Nation of all the great departments and programs that come along and do great things for the nation and provide positive feedback to the tribe and what we're doing as a cohesive unit. And that could certainly be said for the reintegration program, giving people, our citizens, second chances. A lot of the times folks that are incarcerated and have hiccups in life, that's it for them. They don't get another chance. And really through reintegration, it's about building those people back up, making our communities safe, having them into a system and a program to where they take the steps necessary to be reintegrated back into society. And with the reintegration program, they're aggressively pursuing grants and things out there where they can build infrastructure for their program. And this is one of those things with the CTAS grant. They've gotten a record-setting grant and one of the biggest grants in the tribe's history. And we went down and talked with project coordinator Amber Nelson about this grant and what their plans are for it.
We actually received $3.78 million from the Department of Justice, Bureau of Justice Assistance. We've also sought funding from the tribe in the amount of $2.719 million, and we did receive that. We are actually in the process of seeking architects at this moment. We've requested qualifications from architects, and we should have those qualifications by March and an architectural firm selected. We are looking to start construction by June 2nd. However, we are not sure that will meet that deadline, but that's our goal. And we will hopefully be complete by the project, or complete the project by May 4th of 2015. Whenever we did our research, we found that a lot of the problem that we were seeing was transportation. And by having the property on site, or the facility on site, now it will eliminate a lot of those problems for clients that may live in rural areas, cannot make it to probation or parole hearings, or court hearings. And with them here on site, we're going to eliminate a lot of those issues. We will also be able to, our case managers will also be able to oversee their progress on a daily basis rather than just whenever they can make it to go see them. So we'll actually have them on site where we can oversee what they're doing on a daily basis. We don't want to make it an environment such as prison or confinement, because these are people that are free. They could be in our neighborhood, they could be your neighbor next door. But we feel that with this facility being here, we are giving them a better opportunity to transition more healthily into society. And we're giving them a hand up, not a handout. We want to encourage them and let them know that we do stand behind them, and we do believe that they can become better citizens and make a change in their life. There's a lot of other tribes that do have reentry programs. Not all tribes do. And we've actually formed a intertribal reentry coalition where we've asked all tribes to come together so that we can kind of discuss what we do and hopefully encourage them to do the same thing within their tribe and within their community. But that's not only for tribal people, that's for private organizations, state organizations, anyone that wants to come. And I think that it allows us to collaborate more with other people, and because we're working with a group of people that need help. And a lot of times they have a stigma attached to them, and a lot of people don't want to help them. But if we can form a small group and spread the word, then we can get more people on board with us. We've actually traveled to several different facilities. We've been to in-state facilities, out-of-state facilities, tribal facilities, juvenile detention facilities. We've went into the prison system, several prison systems, state, private, and we've just kind of basically took a collection of different ideas and made them our own. We've looked at what it is that we need and how we can kind of take and mold into our own ideas and our own facility to benefit our clients the best way we can.
And we'd like to extend a big mado again to the reintegration program for letting us come down, share all the great news. And as you can see in the story there, going to be right on site. So be looking for that off 540 there out of Henrietta. Big new nice facility and changing lives one citizen at a time. So that's a very neat deal, and want to thank them again. Moving on to our next story. You know, as everybody out there knows, I'm a proud alumni, big fan of the University of Oklahoma. A big part of my life. And while I was there, I noticed, you know, they really do a good job of ingraining in their curriculum Native Studies and Native Studies Department. You know, they have the Jim Thorpe Multicultural Center where they have NASA and all the great things that they do with that. Well, now they are adding a Janix course, and basically it's like an online course, and I'm going to let them explain it to you a little more, but these professors in the anthropology department talking about a great new course at OU that they're offering, and the good people at University of Oklahoma produced this and sent it our way, and we wanted to share it with you folks today.
Our course, The Native Peoples of Oklahoma, provides an opportunity to explore and experience the unique cultural diversity that enriches the state of Oklahoma. While the story of the native peopling of Oklahoma is not always a pleasant one and often reflects the worst of federal Indian policy, the Native Peoples of Oklahoma not only survived the colonial experience, but flourished, and this course provides us with an opportunity to explore their accomplishments and their ongoing contributions to our state and nation.
Oklahoma is home to over 200,000 American Indian people and over 20 tribal nations. The University of Oklahoma is the academic home for many of them, drawn from all over the state and all over the nation. In every department on campus, we can find leading experts specializing in the fields of anthropology, literature, film, and Native American studies, history, and just about anything else. This course wants to introduce you to many of these fields, faculty and resources, and most importantly, the stories of the Native people of Oklahoma. We'll see videos made by local filmmakers, Listen to music done by powwow drum groups, jazz artists, and hip-hop DJs. We'll read poetry, fiction, and prose from nationally renowned authors. We'll hear from spiritual leaders about the traditions they foster and the roles they play in contemporary society. And we'll see art from collections that made international impact. So that's just a start. We'll also learn about history from an indigenous perspective. And we'll find that there's much about the broader American story that we can learn from the Native point of view. The same can be said for the looks we'll take into law, politics, and policy as we debate the hot topics in Indian country today, from casinos to land and water rights and economic development. This is the terrain of Native peoples of Oklahoma.
My name is Daniel Swan. I'm a professor of anthropology at the University of Oklahoma and curator of ethnology at the Sam Noble Oklahoma Museum of Natural History.
I'm Joshua Nelson, assistant professor of English at the University of Oklahoma, specializing in American Indian literature and film. Squasi Dagwadoa, Wado.
So please join us as we explore the story of the Native peoples of Oklahoma.
And thanks again to the folks at the University of Oklahoma for sharing that with us. Big things going on there, and a lot of people going to be interested in that class. Moving on to our last feature of the day. As I talked about earlier, a lot of great departments around here at Muskogee Creek Nation. We got a call from the telephony department. Our good friend Ted Tamage over there, Hayden Dunn, Jenny, they all do a great job at telephony and making sure that we're all connected around here. And that's the main thing, you know, to be connected in a tribe that's getting so big and is branching out and getting different parts of its tribal boundaries, things there. You know, we have distribution centers, we have different hiring places around the 11-8 county boundary, you know, so it's a great thing to have that connected and have one central hub, and that's kind of what they're dealing with telephony, trying to connect all that, getting the infrastructure in and getting everything built. And they called us up. Ted was like, we're going to be pulling fiber optic. We want to tell you a little about what our plans are and why we're doing this. And we said, hey, definitely, that sounds right up our alley. The Muskogee Creek Nation Telephony Department continues to pursue greater opportunities for the tribe in communications. The work being done at the tribal complex this week is a testament to that.
What we're doing right now, we're basically running some fiber optic. We're connecting the 40-acre industrial park, tying it into our main complex. So this will basically be about the last leg for what we have here on this side of town. We're going to have our main complex. Then we'll have our east side, which is food distribution, housing, and social services department. And then over here at the industrial park, we'll have that all tied in. We're running a 72 single mode fiber optic, 72 strand. We will be actually coming into this building right here, which will be a point to where we'll terminate, to where we can distribute to whatever we have in the future for the industrial park. Right now we know for sure that a new transit building will be going in over here. So we're just basically trying to stay ahead of the game, get all the communications ran in here, so when they're ready for them, they'll have them, won't have to wait for data and phone service.
The department is also grateful for the opportunity to partner with quality organizations to accomplish its goals.
Optinet out of Oklahoma City, they do directional boring and run fiber optic. They do basically a lot of telecommunications, phone service also. They put in quite a bit of the fiber over the complex. They're really great to work with. They know what they're doing. They test everything, they put it in right. So even today, we've never had to go back for anything that they've done. So they do a really good job, and they've been real good to the tribe by being not only cost efficient in what they do, but they're also very, very quick, very, very quick. So we really enjoy working with them guys.
This infrastructure will also enable the tribe to connect with its people and territory like never before.
For quite a few years now, we been talking about with people about running a fiber optic ring through all of our 11 counties. Basically what they would do would tie a lot of our casinos together, which would cut down on a lot of cost of being on our own network. But like you said, it can also provide to those people in rural areas that can't receive internet or anything like that, or get services. So that would provide not only the citizens of the tribe, but it's also going to provide outside customers to start bringing them in and maybe leasing or selling some of our services to them. It'd be very critical, but especially for the light horse down in the south around Holdenville and places. It's hard for them to get service with their radios and stuff or their cell phones. So, you know, that's a pretty critical thing when you're out there that far out in the rural area. So we're pushing for that. We've talked about it. We've actually had a lot of meetings on that. So we're going to keep pushing it. Hopefully, maybe someday we can get that established.
Establishing these type of network connections only enhances economic opportunities for the tribe's future.
Of course, we're tying this all in and having our own network, data network, and phone switch. Of course, that cuts down the cost of going to an outside vendor and everything. But that is our main goal, is to place this fiber as many places as we can when it's possible. That way we can provide to outside vendors besides, or outside customers besides just our Creek Nation complex. So hopefully in the future, yeah, we'll have it already in place. Like I said, just trying to stay one step ahead. Communications, you know, data and stuff is a main component for everybody these days. You know, high-speed internet and the bandwidth that they need for the things that people need to do to complete their tasks. So yeah, we're hoping in the future that maybe we'll be able to provide services and be able to sell some services to outside customers.
And that'll wrap us up for this week. But before we go, we'd like to share with you some brand new things going on at Muskogee Creek Nation. I hold in my hand here the Muskogee Creek Nation National Resource Directory. This is a brand new publication put out by the Muskogee Creek Nation Community Research and Development. And if you need to know anything going on at Muskogee Creek Nation, this has every person, every directory, every number you need, every address, every bit of information about these departments that we showcase on this show right here in the palm of your hand. It's a great thing. You can these will be mailed out to all the subscribers of the Muskogee Nation News. You can contact Community Research and Development if you'd like a copy and you're not a subscriber, or you can have an electronic copy. Those will be available in January on the Muskogee Creek Nation homepage, www.muskogeenation-nsn.gov. It's a very slick thing, you know. For the first time ever, I think, you have every bit of information that you need on the Muskogee Creek Nation right here, located in this one booklet, and it's very handy. You know, like I said, if you need to know what the number is to the SIPS plant or food distribution in Wetumpka, or, you know, if you need to get a hold of the executive office, you have some big things to take care of. You can do all that, and that's all that information is located right here. For the first time, I think they've done something like this. So it's very sharp, very neat, and I know a lot of you out there are looking forward to getting your copy in the mail or looking at your online copy on the homepage. Do that sooner rather than later. So everybody out there, thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the program right here on Tulsa CW 1219. You can always catch us online on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. Just search MCN Communications. You can check us out there if you're out of the area. Always on Facebook and Twitter. For you social media folks that like to go on and interact there, we've got you covered as well. So in the meantime, everybody, we'll see you next week. Take care. God bless, and we'll see you soon.